Hi everybody, this is Forum 6, Module 6, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Topic 1, which states, regarding this module week's instruction, what new idea will change the way in which you use the intellectual property of others? And there was a lot of information this week, a lot of which I didn't know. I didn't know about. And I can honestly say in 12 years of teaching, I have never been in a professional development regarding copyright or fair use or intellectual property. I have not even ever read my district's policy about copyright usage, which I feel terrible about. I'm sure they have one. I spent some time looking at some other district websites and seeing how they had written up their copyright policy. Simonson had addressed 7 myths in his text about copyright, and number 4 said that it was the biggest myth of all, and it says, I can use copyrighted material for educational purposes without having to obtain permission because this is all covered under fair use. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video, was fair use. I posted a couple of references, websites at the bottom of this video that I thought were really interesting. I wanted to try to look at fair use so I can understand it. So I looked at it, how would I present that to my students? And so I would recommend that you check out those videos. That's where a lot of this information is coming from. Basically, there are 4 tenets of fair use, and this video, which is intellectualpropertykids.weebly.com, lists those 4 as schoolwork and education. You can use it for news and reporting, criticizing or commenting, and comedy or parody. And there was a quote from Simonson, page 263, that said, no single criterion of the 4 is enough to deny fair use. Even if one criterion weighs against, the use may still be considered fair if the other 3 weigh in the favor. So, and those 4 tenets for fair use, number 1, if you're using a small amount of the material. The second one, you need to innovate. You need to add your own meaning to the material. You need to be ready to revise it, to use it in a different manner than how it was originally used. And you need to be using in a nonprofit setting, so you're not trying to make money off that. And I think it was really interesting when I was looking at these 2 sites and thinking about talking about this with kids. I have 3 teenagers, so talking to them about a copyright infringement and fair use. And I think common for teenagers and kids is talking about music, and are they coming by it in the correct way? So, talking to our kids about how, that is stealing. That's going in and going into a department store and putting something in your pocket and walking out. It doesn't seem like that because you're on the internet, but it is, the policy remains the same. So lots to think about this week, and to continue to think about as we go through the class. So thanks very much. Bye.